Hi, folks. Welcome to ENC 1101. I'm Professor David Hennessy. ENC 1101 is a course in which you're going to be focusing on developing your critical thinking skills and your ability to express these ideas via writing well-structured, sophisticated, college-level essays. As part of this, you're going to be also developing your research skills. The content of this course is broken into 3 different units, each of which focus on some different element of American culture. We do this to help improve your critical thinking skills so that you have something useful and thoughtful to write about. You'll see that our first paper within the first unit of the course focuses on creating social change. Our second paper within the second unit focuses on representations of gender and race. And our third paper focuses on a variety of different issues related to communication and culture. This is a fully online course, which takes place in an asynchronous format. So it means that there are not any required live sessions. Rather, you're going to be working independently through required learning activities each week. It is essential that you should expect to spend at least 4 to 6 hours per week on the course, reading all of the required readings and lessons, fully engaging in all of the required learning activities. If you don't really spend the time that you need every week during the semester, you won't end up passing the class. The course is broken into the 3 units that I previously mentioned, each focused towards the development of a paper. So you'll see that these 3 papers are the entire focus of the course. Everything leads towards the development of those papers. Each unit contains detailed lessons. These are lessons that I've created and that you have to read to really understand what your teacher needs to teach you. These make up the essential learning about essay composition and critical thinking skills. You'll also have assigned essays to read, and those are linked within the unit. We will discuss those essays in the discussion board and elsewhere in our course. You'll take many quizzes on the assigned readings and lessons. These quizzes are intended to ensure that you truly did the reading and you understood the key elements of those required readings. In addition, you'll engage in discussion board posts. Now, you do not need to reply to every possible topic within the discussion board. You'll find within each unit of the discussion board, there are many topics. You're not expected to reply to every one. Instead, you need to participate at least 3 times per unit. So find at least 3 of those questions that interest you after you've done the related readings and respond to those specific prompts. This lets you choose which ones you think you can usefully and thoughtfully respond to. You are encouraged to reply to your classmates' posts, but you are not required to do so. You'll see that the course includes many key pre-writing steps as part of the process of developing each paper. So for example, you'll see with the first paper that you'll first engage in a paper topic proposal. After having read the paper assignments, you'll respond with what you want to do for your particular paper. And then you'll get feedback from me. The next step will be developing your outline worksheet, which will be where you develop your thesis and your topic sentences for the paper. On that step as well, you'll get feedback from me directly, relatively quickly after you've submitted it. You'll have to utilize that feedback to be able to make sure you develop a successful paper. So doing these pre-writing steps and truly reading and utilizing that feedback is absolutely essential to be successful on the papers that you write within our class. These 3 papers that you're developing are the core of the course. They're what the entire course ultimately is focused on you developing. So you have to make sure that in the actual writing of those papers that you take them seriously, that you spend plenty of time on them, and you don't just do them at the last minute before the deadline. You'll see in the grade breakdown that you'll see explain this in more detail in the syllabus, but those papers make up the vast majority of your course grade because they are the key focus of the course. You'll also see that the discussion board participation and the pre-writing steps, such as the paper topic proposals and the outline worksheets, make up a significant part of your grade as well. The quizzes are 12% of your course grade. These quizzes are timed. They're timed for a realistic amount of time that it should take a person to answer those specific questions. If you do the readings that are required and you are paying attention, you understood the key ideas that were conveyed in those readings, you should do fine on those quizzes. But you have to make sure you truly do the reading and pay attention to them as you're doing the reading so that you can be successful on those quizzes. These are not open book quizzes, but generally students do fine on these if they've truly done the assigned readings. As you'll see in the syllabus, one of the key rules within this course and any college course is that engaging in plagiarism could potentially lead to failing the course. If you plagiarize on any kind of writing within this class, that will lead to failing the course immediately. Plagiarism is using somebody else's words or ideas without giving specific proper credit via quotation marks and/or citations where needed. Don't worry, within this course, you're going to be taught how to do that. Within our course, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about how to give credit for the words that you get from others and/or the ideas that you get from others. We're going to teach you that as we talk about the research process and the use of research in academic papers. Now, early on in the course, in the first couple months of the course, you're not going to be engaging in any research whatsoever. The first 2 papers that you write in here are written entirely based on your own thoughtful analysis of the issue. You won't be engaging in research for those. So plagiarism really shouldn't be an issue for those. When we get to the 3rd paper, then the topic that you end up choosing for that will end up involving some kind of research and utilizing and incorporating that research within your paper. When we get to the 3rd unit of the course, I'm going to fully teach you everything you need to know about how to give proper credit for somebody else's words and how to properly make sure that you're giving credit for the information you get from your research. We're going to teach you all of that. That's part of learning how to do MLA format citations. That comes later on in the course. So if you just learn everything that you need to learn from the lessons that are included within the course, you'll do fine and you won't have any problems with plagiarism. I do have to just point it out, though, that plagiarizing has a very severe consequence to it. So I want to make sure people avoid making that mistake. What you should do next is read the syllabus. This not only goes through all the rules and policies within the class, most importantly, it includes the course schedule. You should be looking at the syllabus on a weekly basis to check to see what homework you need to do that week. So the syllabus guides you through all of the lessons and required readings and other required assignments that are due each week. Pay careful attention to the syllabus, not just in terms of what's required, but also when those things are due. The deadlines that are listed in the syllabus are not flexible. You have to complete the required assignments by their deadlines. So you want to make sure that you're truly working on them and paying enough attention to them so that you give yourself the time needed to succeed on those graded items. Throughout the semester, you'll be getting plenty of individual feedback from me. And I will be happy to answer any questions that you have. So please always just send me an email anytime you have a question.